Hello, and welcome to week 4 of the video capsule recaps of the Temple Shalom Mets. I want to start by saying happy spring break to you all from Texas country. As you can see, we're doing an outdoor outside shooting, and that's thanks to all of you, the followers, and the many views that we're doing. We're getting to more than 300 views and double digits on followers, so this influencer thing is becoming a thing. I want to start by saying that week 4 was another fantastic week for the Mets, and we managed to become the only team with a losing record having a positive run differential. So that tells you how resilient and fought of a team we are. I happened to have the opportunity to actually face 2 former captains. As a matter of fact, my first ever spring captain and my last spring captain. So it's always nice to see familiar faces on the other side of the aisle. And in this case, both of them share the same letter in their name, the K, a letter that became a thing on this week. You'll see it in a while. So I did mention that the letter K from my former Kyle and Kevin's captain was a thing on this week games from the Mets. Just because a 2,516-day streak without having a strikeout just got broken when Truers Yurley struck out through the pitches of the phenomenal Scott Lawrence on the mound for the Expos. So that debt shall be paid, and similar as other that have been in debt to the league, I'll bring in my 24 this upcoming Sunday. So now that's out of the way, let me just talk about that. Another phenomenal close affair in which the Mets were taking the worst out of it, but not before showing then again to the league that we probably have the best defense across the entire 20 teams. We managed to have a very close game with just 4 run scores in total after 6 innings, but unfortunately for the Mets, we happened to face kind of our own medicine when the Expos put a lot of speed into the plate on the 6th inning and scored 3 runs and took the best out of 5-3 affair. Now, if it wasn't thanks to one of the candidates for this year's Cy Young Award, Michael Field, we have never had a chance in this game. Michael just pitched another gem out of the man for the Mets, and unfortunately for us, we couldn't back him up with some runs. But hey, Michael is just having a phenomenal season. In addition to the bottom of our lineup, which was the one that kept us in the loop in that game. So 5-3 your total in game 1. So we went 6 and 2 and 5. So we were forced to actually get a win. And that's exactly what we did in game 2. Not before struggling then again offensively, to the extent that after 4 innings, we just managed to score 1 run. So we were having 11 innings with 4 runs against a probably the most strongest team when it comes to offense, which is the Cubs. And they were leading 5-1. And then we have an explosion of offense that actually turned the line on 1.5 ways, and we managed to score 9 runs. That happened to be the deciding factor on a game that we ended up taking a win 10-5. And that was mainly to our bottom, but especially through Ozzie, Steve, and Dougie. They just kept turning the line on over and over and just having clutch hit after clutch hit, in addition to another fantastical performance from our Cy Young candidate, Michael. So all in all, we just took the best out of that game, and we managed to have another split, but we're getting very close to get our first sweep of the season. So speaking about sweeps, let's talk about who were our Diamond Superstars of this week 4. First, no wonder, Jacob the Wonderful Stein went 3 for 5, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, and another phenomenal defensive showcase in left center and right center field. Michael Thiele, which we have talked about already a bunch during this clip, he went 4 for 6 offensively, in addition to have a 5.8 ERA after 13 innings in softball. And lastly, my dear friend Ozzie Zurita went 3 for 5 with a hit, 2 RBIs, 2 runs, and turning the lineup all the way, even beating throws from the outfield. So guess what? Ozzie is now a fast guy. So let's go now to your favorite section, the fan voice.
So our next segment
is brought to you by our first sponsor, the Shalom Relievers, and it's no other than the Fan Voice. So for today's episode, I'm just gonna grab a... Hold on a second. Kevin Knoxy. I don't know what Kevin Knox wants. Give me a second. Really? Yeah, I can add you to my podcast. I mean, of course you want to become famous. Alright, sure. I'll put it here and see if I come up to the challenge. Guess you will have to see and wait what the challenge is all about.
Congratulations on your win over us this weekend, Leo. You got a great squad there. Love pretty much everybody on that team, especially those Stites boys. Anyway, I don't think that's going to happen again. I'm going to say you persevered. You must have given one hell of a speech in the fifth inning to get you guys to drop that 9 runs. But you know what? I think that's the last time that's going to happen. So I'm going to challenge you, offer you a bet, and say 24 of my beers for 12 of yours. That's 24 cervezas versus 12 cervezas. Are you up for it? Next time, winner take.
So not sure if I understood your challenge, Noxy. Is it another 9 runs in 1 inning or just beat you out loud? Regardless, I already have the eyes. So bet's on, buddy.
Remember, if you want to have fun, bring your kiddos, bring your wife, because the Mets are gonna guarantee you the time of your life!